Well, happy Friday. We know what the day is, man. I only got a little bit of Irish in there. Thank God for you. Ms. McCabe. She was Miss McCabe, and then she became Penny. That's right. Mrs. Penny. You know, the wee Leo with no teeth. God bless her. Anyway, probably a bit of Irish there somewhere else too, for Christ's sake, with America or something. God bless them. I'll give it to the Irish. I said that to two of my friends. I said, I've never met anybody in my life that uses the Lord's, the mother, and his father's name in vain in one bloody sentence. Like that. And they talk as fast as that. So you got a wee bit of that there. fuck this, fuck that. Anyway, I had to give it a wee bit of Irish. I think I green on. Got this from an Irish girl herself. Oh, she loves her beer. She loves a wee drink. This was my wee Christmas gift. Just in time for St. Paddy's, you know. Anyway, I'm going to make corned beef and cabbage today. My granny, Scott's granny, we didn't know her mother actually was from Dublin. So we didn't know Mary McGinn was actually from there. We knew her father was actually black, and that was my adopted mom's grandfather. And the poor fella from Barbados, from the Jolie estate, but freed and a very fair-skinned man. And of course, they all, some of them have the coarse hair. It's quite a rich heritage that no one spoke about. Nobody spoke about it. But anyway, my aunt's is very proud of her ancestry now. I'm sure my brother is. So there you go. And we have a little bit in there too from Louisiana. So it's quite interesting about DNA and ancestry. Quite fascinating. The thing that's really interesting, because we're ending Black History Month, I believe that February is Black History Month in my own ignorance. Something that's really fascinating is watch Jules' Guide to London. I love him. I'm going to meet him when I'm in London, along with a few others. He speaks about free African-American people, especially men, sadly, but women too, in Georgian England, and all their descendants are as fair as me. Because mix, all the way down the chain. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about more than anything today was with such a success with my, the aspect about the narcissism. I'm going to get into hedonism too. I'm going to do these little breakdowns. I'm telling you, I'm going to start, I got to get this going more on YouTube and start doing my breakdowns. I would have loved to have been a Pierce Morgan. That was something that I loved when I was younger. I would love to be able to do the investigation. I think it's the Sagittarius in me, that Mercury and Sag, where I'd love the investigation of perceiving the human animal and just taking that apart piece by piece. You can't help after doing what I've done for 33 years. You observe, and it's not, oh, they just come to you. No, I observe people at dinner parties in Rosedale, folks. I watch the human animal everywhere. Sadly, as I've spoken to a couple of candid friends, my ex-Wayne knows, my ex-Salvador knows, is that, people just can't help but put on a happy face. 90% of the time, it's because of their insecurities. And I think when you get to this stage of your experience where, again, shit happens, make sure you got a lot of toilet paper. Because life just is. We're all getting older. I think it's great. I talked to my friend Helen about this morning. I love the aspect that you can moderately cosmetically enhance oneself to feel great, but you're not fooling anybody. We all know who's out there trying. You're not fooling anybody. It's about really being able to really enjoy the age you're at and the stage you're at with your experience. And we're going to get a lot more into that as we go through this next 3 days. These days are going to affect everybody in every way because we're going into this whole boost of the spring equinox, where apparently my singing coach, Roger, who I love dearly, sent me this thing about equilux, which is the pre-energy, which in my ignorance I didn't know. I'm not a meteorologist or an astronomer, but those are two things I don't know about that well, a little bit. But the energy moving into the actual equinox, and then, of course, boom, we go into the new moon in Aries, beginning. Aries and I sometimes hit. God knows my father and I did not gel. And then you go a little bit further, and you get into the aspect of Pluto moving next Friday. I have a lot more to talk about with that. But we're moving into a new world. That's why I loved what the gal out west said about World Economic and, Pluto Capricorn, year from now. A few of them will be dead. Goodbye. Next lifetime, right? Decrease the world population. Isn't that what Shakespeare, not Shakespeare, God bless him. I think that's what Ebenezer Scrooge said, Anyway, we're all going somewhere. We're all changing. Life is about change. I'm working. I ate white bread yesterday. Had to have a roast beef sandwich on French loaf. Sorry, had to. I just said, screw this, I'm doing it. I'm going to eventually get these polyps out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I've had enough of it. I've had, now I'm in this type A, get on with it. And I'm going to get into breakdowns of other philosophies. Listen, we all suffer from conflict. We meet people, and I find it hilarious here at the Colonnade because, there's this sort of war of, the royals against Meghan Markle and Harry. And I'm kind of on the Meghan Markle Harry side compared to the supposed royals, which is a joke. But the thing that I find fascinating is that people they're called creepers, or they actually watch your actual broadcasts. And it's really interesting because I can hear my broadcast. Somebody listening to me. And I found it quite hilarious because I was talking about them. Anyway, I wish you all the best. You have a really good one. And get out there and enjoy. Rainy day or not, God, get your goddamn rubber boots on. Enjoy. Every bird out there is scouring. You got more bloody birds in that field, south of me, going after what they know best. They're getting those flippin' worms. They're coming up. They're going out of hibernation, and they're saying, we're feeding our babies. So get out there, get your rubber boots on. Hunters, of course, especially if you're in Rosedale or the beach or Cabbagetown, the muddied area. And I've got a pair too. I like them. So get out there and enjoy. I wish you all the best. You heard it here first.